Okay, we're interviewing Tim Taylor, who is a candidate for re-election to the Davis Joint Unified School Board District. There are 4 candidates in the race. All of them are Democrats for this nonpartisan race, but education is such an important issue that we are looking forward to considering endorsing. Tim, you filled out the questionnaire and all of that. Can you, after having served on the school board, can you kind of give us a brief summary of your background, why you want to do it, your qualifications, and why you want to do this again?
Okay. Well, background-wise, I am a 22-year resident of Davis. I have been involved in the community in a number of different ways over the years, outside of the schools, in addition to just regular community involvement. I am an attorney, a practicing environmental attorney in Sacramento. I have a family that I've raised in Davis during those 22 years, and I have served on the school board since being elected in 2005. And I am in the 5th year of my term. This past year I've served as president of the school board, and I'm interested in running again because, for a number of reasons. One, because I believe that it's a very important job, but also a job that has taken quite a bit of time to appreciate the nuances of and the various aspects of being a good school board trustee. And I think it's, in some respects, wasteful to abandon that knowledge after the first term, and I think carrying it forward and bringing to the district and to the community the knowledge and the practical applications that I've learned as a trustee would be a benefit for another term. So I think there's a lot of the inertia that is helpful from having a prior term on the school board. I also think that we've started projects, some of which are finished, some of which are not finished, some of which are partially finished, and I want to see those through. We've hired a new superintendent, and I am extremely dedicated and devoted to his success in this district, and I don't want to step out, having brought him in just very recently, within the last few weeks, and step out and not assist him in his process of running on a day-to-day basis the school district. So those, in a nutshell, are some of the reasons.
Kathy?
Am I going down the list?
Or whatever
Okay, I was gonna
whatever
say.
you feel is appropriate.
Okay.
You know, you could use the list as just a,
So I'm going to
guideline.
ask about, well, you don't have it, but question number 4 is, did you attend public schools, and did your children attend public schools?
Thank you, Kathy. I attended public schools for my entire educational life up until college. I grew up in New York City and went to school from K through 4th grade in New York City, and then in a suburban community outside of New York City from 5th grade through high school, all the while in public schools. My father was actually, I don't know, remember the term, but he was the president or the chairman of the unified district in New York City that had 500,000 students. So by comparison, our 8,000 or so in Davis is relatively controllable in size. So I grew up in that environment, and as I said, I went to public schools, as did all of I have 4 brothers, and all 5 of us went to public schools throughout. I have 4 children, all of whom are in or finished with public schools here in Davis. 2 of my oldest 2 started in kindergarten in the Spanish immersion program and went through with great success and pride that I have as a parent for what they were able to achieve and learn in the Davis school system, and they've both gone on to education beyond high school and through college. And I have 2 children who are currently in elementary school, a now 3rd grader as of yesterday, and a 5th grader, both at Cesar Chavez. So very deeply steeped in public education from a familial perspective. I should also note that my mother was a teacher in public schools. I grew up with 2 grandmothers who were teachers in the New York City public school system for 30, 40 plus years. A lot of public education connections.
Okay, take the next one. So, Tim, if elected or re-elected, what would be your top priorities and issues that you would address? And what's going on with the school board, which would be your priorities?
There are a number of issues going on with the school board, and I'll just throw these out. These are all top priorities, quite frankly. We have to continue to work with and successfully manage a budget that has gone through some just beating and from the state and elsewhere, and we have managed to pull through with a maintenance of programs and services and courses that I'm very, very proud of. But it's been a very difficult process over the last few years, and that process is not ending, which is another reason, going back to Bob's original question, for the benefit of coming to the table with experience, because we've been through now at least two, and arguably more than that, in terms of budget cycles that were very, very hard to weather. And this community came together. The school board was part of that process, but the whole community, the teachers, the classified staff, the foundations, people in the community who have kids in schools, people in the community who don't have kids in schools, we all work together to get through very, very difficult times, and more lie ahead. So that's a priority in terms of what I know our immediate tasks are going to involve and are going to face. So in addition to that, we have achievement gap issues that continue to plague this district and every district that I'm aware of in this state. And those are our top priorities for the kids who for a variety of different reasons are on the other side of the line. And we need to make sure that there is no other side of the line. And that's a Herculean task. It's not going to be solved in my next term, but we're sure going to make more progress. So, and I hope that someday I'll look back, or my children and your children will be in a situation where their children are not talking about achievement gap issues. So that's a priority. Other priorities are dealing with, and part of this rolls over to the finance issue, but indirectly, we have some ongoing facilities issues. We've been very, I would say, lucky in the facilities area, because we have been able to undertake some projects, again, with the community's participation and assistance that other districts would be very envious, or are very envious of. We have more to do. We have certainly the projects at Emerson Junior High, which is an enormously important facility, and one that is in need and has been screaming for attention for a number of years. As anyone who has, as I have, sent children through Emerson, and I'm getting ready to send 2 more to Emerson in a couple of years. So that is in need of attention from a physical standpoint.